So let's talk about communication today. Welcome you to join this private share room in my membership program. I would like to talk about the techniques about communication. But of course, there are many techniques. Yeah? Maybe you heard about how to imitate the keynote speaker, right? But before you imitate them, you must know some basic points how you can improve your communication. All right, and then I would like to go from basic because I know that most of you have communication problem, basic problem, not to say that, oh, I want to speak as a very famous keynote speaker, right? So you just learn from the basic. And then there is a Chinese saying, saying that if you want to win your partner, you must win yourself first. You must know yourself well and know your opponent or your partner well first, okay, before you can win. I think most US people or European people, they haven't heard about that. But maybe LK, you are from Hong Kong. I think you have learned this, right? Yes, good. I can see you nodding your head. Okay, so knowing others is more difficult. So knowing yourself is better. So I would like you to weigh your understanding of yourself first before rating your overall performance in presentation. But you rate your level of understanding yourself first. Okay. Now I type you a question. How do you weigh your presentation ability? Right? But before answering this question, I would like you now to rate your understanding of yourself first. Rate your understanding about yourself. So from 1 to 10, of course, 1 is the lowest, 10 is the highest. So how will you rate yourself from 1 to 10 about knowing yourself well? All right? So you can just type your number in the message. That I can see your responses. Okay, surely some will think that, oh, I know myself pretty well, so I will type a 9 or 8. Some know that, oh yes, this is my weakness also. I type only 5, okay, and then some type 6, some type 7, okay. Sometimes it all depends on character. Some people will rate higher than actually the actual performance of yourself. For example, I usually, some people ask me this question, I would type 9 or at least 8. That means I am pretty sure that I know myself very well. Of course, there is still some areas that I think I know myself well, but actually people can see my weakness. People know myself better than me in certain areas. But mostly, I will rate myself 8 or 9. Okay, I'm so confident that I know myself pretty well. So when someone types 6 or 7, someone tends to put higher. For example, if I want to put 5, but I don't want people to think that I don't know myself well, so maybe I type a little bit higher. Yeah, I see you laughing. I will type a bit higher. For example, if I want you to rate my performance in teaching, some student will say 8. Okay, then I will lower 1 mark. I think he want to put 7 because he's polite, he's generous, so he doesn't want to hurt me, so he put 8 instead of 7. So usually I will put 1 or 2 marks lower. Someone, if you know yourself well, then you might put 1 or 2 marks higher. But if you are not confident of yourself, you put 1 or 2 marks lower, right? So this marking only, in generally speaking, let me understand you or let you show your understanding of yourself, okay? So you should, depends on your own character, okay? Now, I don't want to go deep into your character, but I remind you that even you put 8, depends on your understanding of your own character. Maybe it should be a bit higher or lower. So I just take your marking as a true marking now, okay? When you put 6, that means just a little bit above half. Then some people will also just play it safe. If I put 5, it seems too low, not good. So I just put 6. So if you put it confidently, 7 or 8, that means you rate yourself quite high, at least above the middle point that you think that you understand yourself. If you put 8 or 9 above, that means you are very confident. So you can see, just depends on your rating. I already know a bit of your character, a bit of your level of understanding of yourself. Okay, good. So I can see your marking now. And so why do you give yourself this marking? You also have to ask yourself, okay? Because if you put you give me 10, I will also ask you why you give me that rating, and then you say that, oh, because you present clearly, you teach in a fun way, you make me understand, you have a great knowledge. Oh, if you can point such many points, then I am sure that he really rate me high. He really like my teaching. He really appreciate, right? Yeah, but if I ask you why you give me 10, and then you say, I don't know, I just find it good, I just want to give you 10. That means maybe, of course, some character fail to present himself well, so he or she really doesn't understand why I put this mark. But I just follow my heart. Okay, someone follow their heart. I just follow my heart. I want to give you 10. Maybe just because of my generosity, just because I don't want to hurt you, just because I just like you. Okay, so I put you 10. I don't know why. I cannot tell you why. Okay, so but if you can tell me why, or tell yourself why, then at least you need some time of thinking. Okay, if you don't know why, actually just because you don't think. Okay, so now is the time for you to think deeply. I'm sure that when I am talking, you already start to think. Okay, so now I want you to think. Why will you give yourself this rating? You have to tell me some reasons. Any reason. Or you can just tell me no reason. Then I also know the reasons behind the no reason. Okay, so you can just you can type, or you can just speak loudly. I can see someone raising hands, want to speak. Okay, your mic is on. You can say it now, or someone you can just type and listen. Okay, so why? Give me reason. Why? Yes. Okay. Okay, academic. Okay, about someone said that because I rate myself 6 because I only knows about academic areas. Okay, so I think that I don't have too much knowledge about all areas, so I am not confident enough, okay, that I can present myself well. So I just give myself 6 or 7, okay, because I don't know too much. I only know something about my academic or about my talent, and anyone has their talents, right? So if I ask you, for example, if I ask David, because I know that David is a IT person, okay? And then maybe you will, if I ask you about IT, then I ask you how to rate your performance just now when you are teaching IT, okay? Then you will give yourself 9 or 10, or I will give you 9 or 10 because you are an expert in that area. You have knowledge, okay? So you also understand why I give you 8 or 9. Some students, they give me 8 or 9. Of course, I know that why, okay? I'm confident of myself. But I still want them to give me answer. So if I ask you why, okay, David, as an IT person, you will tell me that because I know a lot about IT. So just now when I present my knowledge in IT, sure, I believe that I can present in a good way. So I at least get 8 or 9 marks. Okay. For example, if LH, okay, you can design many digital photos. Okay, you have helped me designing digital photos. So if I ask you about digital, you will rate how much you rate yourself. How much? What's your rating if I ask you about digital photos? And then you answer me in a few sentences or a few minutes, and then yeah, you take 9. So you see, in some areas that you are confident, that you have knowledge, that you are sure that you can speak well, teach well, present well, you give yourself 9. But if I ask you some area, for example, Peter, can you tell me how you will rate yourself if I ask you to teach me Cantonese? But you are not a Cantonese. You are an U.S. person. All right, and then you haven't learned Cantonese. Just now, if I want you to teach me in a few sentences about Cantonese, and then you try your best to say a few words, okay? How will you rate yourself?